Yesterday we lost a general, Brigadier General Uba Musa, and the videos being circulated. And 24 hours after, you saw what happened in Kebbi. What we are missing is that these people have taken advantage of our infallibility to keep getting at us. Imagine if any one of us has a daughter now in captivity in Kebbi. Will you be sleeping? Is it possible for you to survive when your own daughter is taken? And I represent Bauchi Central. Bauchi said, Mr. President, we are facing an existential threat collectively as people. And by the time we begin to procrastinate and say it is this group against this group, it is this religion against this religion, the event of the last few weeks has proven to all Nigerians that these attacks comes to any Nigerian, irrespective of tribe, region, and religion. And therefore, Mr. President, the more we begin to see ourselves as the victims of these terrorists, the better for all of us. Yesterday we lost a general, Brigadier General Uba Musa, and the videos being circulated. And 24 hours after, you saw what happened in Kebbi. What we are missing is that these people have taken advantage of our infallibility to keep getting at us. Now we have been saddled with a responsibility going forward. Are these terrorists appeasable? Can we reach out to them? There are one school of thought who imagined that these terrorists could be reached and then discussions take place. There is another school of thought who thinks that these terrorists should be met with all the force required to meet them. And that is the entanglement, Mr. President, we are in. It is left for all of us.
You have 2 seconds remaining.
You took my 30 seconds saying, so it took the parliament like ours to come up and tell this government whether we can appease these terrorists or that we can go after these terrorists. Lives have been lost. Imagine if any one of us has a daughter now in captivity in Kebbi. Will you be sleeping? Is it possible for you to survive when your own daughter is taken? And because these daughters are not ours, we begin to be political and lackadaisical in meeting the expectations of our people. It's a bad day for me, sir. I rest my case.
Senator Aminu,
Sokoto South Senatorial District. Mr. President, let me join my leader and elder brother by also lending my voice in support of this motion and commiserating with the people and government of Kebbi State and the parents in particular of the children involved, and indeed also condole with the family of General Uba Musa and all of those who have lost their lives in the course of this heinous crime of banditry, and those who are in captivity as a result of kidnapping. Mr. President, as you know, I am from Sokoto State, sister state to Kebbi. By the glory of God and the trust of the people of Sokoto State, I presided over the affairs of Sokoto State for 8 years, and it was from there that I came here. While there, on the saddle of leadership of that state, I was deeply involved in facing situations like this. Mr. President, we cannot afford to play politics with issues of security. Security remains one of the key and most important ingredient for the survival of any community. And once there is a security threat, it is expected that all of the members of a particular community should come together and bond and face that threat. That is what I expect from this parliament. That's what I expect from Nigerians. We must de-emphasize the issues of religion and ethnicity while dealing with matters of insecurity. If we do not do that, the tendency is that we are falling into the trap of enemies of this country. And we know ourselves, and we know what is going on. I therefore charge every Nigerian to come together, bond together, and make sure that we move side by side in facing and confronting all of these challenges facing this country. Mr. President, this is a very serious matter. It has been recurring, and in Kebbi, Sokoto, Katsina, Zamfara, Kaduna, Niger, Plateau, Benue, many parts, virtually every part of Nigeria today is facing one form of insecurity or the other. And unless we're able to come together and work together, we may not find solution to it. I admonish the government of Kebbi State to maybe borrow a leaf from what we did during our service in Sokoto State. We were forced by the circumstances of that time to relocate so many schools, merge some boarding schools, and deboard some of the schools. Maga is in Zuru Emirate, and Zuru Emirate has been facing this very particular challenge over time, since the time of Atiku Bagudu till now. So I admonish the government of Kebbi State to consider deboarding some of these schools and making some of them where they have day schools as day schools, and then taking some of them out of security-prone areas, challenge-prone areas, to a safer environment. I believe that will help. And I call on federal government to go back to what we have been saying. As governors of Northern Nigeria then, we have been calling for concerted and coordinated fight. Their template of attacking these bandits, either in Kebbi or in Zamfara or in Katsina or Niger or Plateau or Benue, in silos, will not work. It's not working. It has to be a coordinated effort and making sure that maybe it's done simultaneously. And it can be done. We must muster the will and the resources to face these challenges. Thank you, Mr. President.
If we adopted presidential system of government from America, why can't we adopt ranching from America? Of course, we have done that in Benue State here, and you have seen that it has succeeded. So this question of raising those who oppose to Fulani men, when the governor of Ondo issued a 7-day ultimatum that the Fulani should leave the forest, the presidency came out swiftly and said that it is wrong for him to say that. But when people are killed in Benue, killed in Ondo, killed in Ekiti, killed in Taraba, killed in Jigawa, killed in Zamfara, killed in all these places, but these herdsmen And they come out. There is one Fulani social cultural organization called FUNA, who came out and claimed responsibility and said that they are going to do more. They will mobilize Fulanis from all over the place to come and take over Nigeria, that it is their ancestral land. Presidency did not say anything. But they quickly ordered the arrest of an activist who stood up to speak and to work against his people. What else will you do? When you see your people being killed, you see your people's farm being razed down, being eaten up by herdsmen, what else will you do as a patriotic person of that community? What else will you do? It's just the same thing. The World Terrorist Index have described Fulani as the 4th terrorist group in the world. But up to today, they have not cared, the federal government have not cared to declare herdsmen as terrorist organization. And they have gone further to form Miati Allah, Cattle Hore, Miati Allah, Cattle Breeders, Miati Allah, this one, Funam, that one. And federal government is romancing with them.
In 2016, under Buhari, he included 140 million naira in our national budget. And when we asked why, this is a private business, so why are you including it to fund the Fulani herdsmen's activity? He said it's to build ranching so that the farmer header class will stop. We agreed. Moses, we agreed though, 940, 1 naira had value. Up to today, until Buhari finished his time and left, did you see where he put one ranch? One like this, one ranch. Rather, at the end of that year, we saw guns. Fulani herdsmen started carrying guns all over the place, and the killing started. He told us that he doesn't know these people where they come from, that they are not Muslims. So why are you supporting them? You were here when Kawu Baraje came inside. In fact, on camera, he told us how they invited these people from all over Africa. He said it himself, northern leader, that they invited them into Nigeria, terrorists. And he told them to come, that the jihad has started in Nigeria. He said it. Moses, where is Leah Sharibu today? That girl is a metaphor for what we are talking about. That girl that we are held against her religious wish. Is that not enough for these people to be sober and say, no, we are overdoing this, you know? Where is Deborah Samuel in Sokoto that was burnt? Moses, are we going to call one or two? So, for anybody to sit down here and be telling us that you made the deal with who? Where are they coming from? Was it like that before 2015? Right. Moses, he asked me a question here and I want to answer him. He said, who gave these people guns? In 2016, under Buhari, he included 140 million naira in our national budget. And when we asked why, this is a private business, so why are you including it to fund the Fulani herdsmen's activity? He said it's to build ranching so that the farmer header class will stop. We agreed. Moses, we agreed though, 940, 1 naira had value. Up to today, until Buhari finished his time and left, did you see where he put one ranch? One like this, one ranch. Rather, at the end of that year, we saw guns. Fulani herdsmen started carrying guns all over the place, and the killing started. Why is he not talking about it now? No, please. These are issues. Look, you see Benue, Plateau, and that Leah Sharif, they are a metaphor for what we are talking about, Christian genocide. Let him show me one Fulani man that is IDP camp here. Let him bring one person that is the IDP camp in Benue and the Plateau. Let him show me just one person, one. The Sheikh said that we should be praying for northern leaders. That yes, they are the problem. He even called Buhari idiot. I don't know what that means. He said it that day. And I was thinking that with the prayer I went into, according to him, that we should be praying for them so that things will get better. And I went into that prayer thinking that, but all my prayer now is null and void, is in vain, because the northern leaders are not allowing the prayer to go into them. They are still, digging into the trenches by supporting these people. There is no reason why anybody should even have one kind word for these bandits. No human being.
If you understand Sheikh clearly, he said, look, government reneged on its own promise, and
what
so
promise?
that has motivated
What promise? What are you reneging? Please, somebody answer me. How can you make a deal with the devil